So tomorrow we have a really big demo day. Let me just go ahead and show you what all we're taking care of. So starting off, let me zoom out a little bit. We're gonna be pulling out pretty much all of these cabinets. These cabinets here, these cabinets here, this countertop, these cabinets down there, kind of just widening this archway. And then we will be cutting this archway to this tape line and raising it. Don't know how much yet, maybe about a foot, but we'll see when we get it all opened up. And then kitchen, the big demo, all of the cabinets, all of the old original cabinetry will be coming out. So we got cabinets up top, cabinets on the bottom, countertops. Pretty much everything in this kitchen is coming out. These are pretty solid cabinets. Yeah, appliances coming out, and we're gonna get a whole kitchen remodel done here. This archway over top of the island is coming out. One thing I forgot to mention, this wall is coming out. I had somebody come out and determine load bearingness on a couple of these walls that we're gonna be demoing. So we're good to go. So yeah, that wall's gotta come out, that wall there. This island's gotta come out. Island and top, everything at once. So the idea being to expand the kitchen from where it currently is, taking out this wall all the way to the bottom of the stairs. And like I said, those cabinets over there are coming out. I'm not gonna trash the cabinets. I'm gonna try and find a way to repurpose them, whether in the garage or maybe just selling them to a friend or something. And then in here, off of the kitchen over to where our future master is gonna be, which is that room in there. We are going to expand this wall out further to this door, kind of to the left of this light switch, right where my finger's pointed. And we're gonna turn this section into a hallway from this window over to this wall. This bathroom extends out. This is gonna be the master bath. It's currently already plumbed to be a bath, but as you can tell, it's very small, very suspect. Extend this out, this whole section can come out. I've already had it checked. Obviously keep the original beautiful trim work and door casing. We will definitely be reusing that. So fear not, we will not be trashing that. And then yeah, extending this hallway out. This closet here, which is kind of just dead space, super small closet. We'll probably take that out as well. Same deal, reuse the door, the casing. Honestly, probably this isn't original casing and door here. We'll probably take some of that casing and one of those better looking doors and put them here. I also forgot to mention, this is like a little vacuum closet out here in this space. We're gonna be taking that out as well. We have a big dumpster coming. It should be here in about an hour. It's currently Friday. Tomorrow I have a bunch of relatives coming over to help demo all this. It'll be a fun project. We're gonna take out the flooring pretty much from the fireplace all the way along here, this flooring, the flooring in the kitchen, and I think that's about it. We took up carpets, as you've probably seen in past videos, and this is the original hardwood. This is not the original hardwood. This and that is not, but in there is, which we're gonna leave. This, I believe, we're also taking up, and the plan is from that room, dining room, through the kitchen, to that room over there, all new floor, the same type of floor. And this is also original. This we're gonna try and save. Master, obviously original, we're gonna try and save. And yeah, but otherwise, all that flooring is we're gonna get that out tomorrow as well in the demo. And then all of this paneling that you see here, this old trim, these two cabinets, we are not keeping, we're not throwing away. We're gonna try and sell them or repurpose. We'll do something cool with them. But these cabinets are coming out. This paneling here along this wall, and then the paneling that continues up the stairs, the same deal, that's also coming out. And then we'll see how full our dumpster gets. We ordered, I don't remember how big of a dumpster we ordered actually. I think it's an 18 foot or yard or something. And then this ceiling stuff eventually will come out. If we have time, maybe we'll take it out tomorrow at the demo since we have the dumpster here, or if we have room. But yeah, that should be everything for the demo. super excited. And I am here the day before to hopefully, we got a bunch of brute barbarians coming tomorrow, so I'm here to try and do this delicate work, like take this out, take all these cabinets out, dishwasher, microwave. That way, if they just show up with sledgehammers and I say, hey, take these cabinets out first, we're gonna try and keep them, they'll probably put a bunch of holes in them. But yeah, see y'all tomorrow at demo day.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Kunkel Construction. I hope you enjoyed that introduction. So here he is pulling out all the appliances the day before that we had our big demo day scheduled. And this actually ended up taking a lot longer than I guess he anticipated. And because he mentions in there that he's going to try to take out the cabinets himself, which I don't even know how, that's a one-man job. They ended up doing that the next day. And there is some questionable electrical work happening in this house. If you haven't watched our empty house tour video, I'll hopefully remember to link it here. But the house has the main part that's like the beautiful Victorian 1900s farmhouse. And then there's a 1950s edition that is this kitchen.
Well, I have been unable to figure out how to get this microwave out. Took the top little threaded, well not little, very long screws out. And it pulls down now, but I think it's stuck on this vent. So I'm just gonna cut it. I've wasted too much time on it already. And yeah, what could go wrong? Okay, well that clearly is not what's holding this up. Huh, bummer.
Here's a sample of what some of that questionable electrical work looks like, and also some mouse droppings, because this house at some point had a mouse problem. We're hoping and praying that that mouse problem is a past tense, and it seems like it might be. And the reason I say that is because since we've done this demo and also removed all the carpeting, which we have a video of that too, if you missed it, I'll hopefully also remember to link it here. There haven't been any fresh turds anywhere. So I don't know if that's very scientific or a smart way of figuring that out, but hopefully that's the case. We also had a cat get stuck in our house. Like someone's cat with a whole collar on it and everything lived in our house for a day and a half because I accidentally left a window open, and I guess it came in there and then couldn't find its way back out or whatever.
Crispin, I said next to it. Not past it, back up.
Dang. So hopefully that cat was a great hunter and did his job. We're also going to lay traps too, of course, just to be sure. But that was basically their process that you just saw for removing all the stuff from the house, because the dumpster got placed a little further away than we hoped it would. But neither of us were there when it got dropped off, so that's fine. But basically, they would cart stuff out in the trash cans and then put it onto the truck and then drive it out there, which was fun for the boys, I think. And huge thank you to everyone who came and helped with demo day. It was such a big lesson. You will see later on in this video that we actually unearthed some of this in the ceiling in the original kitchen part. But the current design plan for this whole living room, dining room, den situation is for all the walls to actually be made out of old beadboard paneling. So not the 4x8 foot MDF sheets you can buy, actual wood tongue and groove beadboard paneling. And so that's why underneath the stairs, it obviously looks kind of rough. We have like a patch job plywood wall situation happening, but it doesn't really matter because underneath all the stairs, we're eventually going to put in complete built-in cabinetry so that the kitchen flows into the dining room and we maximize, or living room, sorry, and we maximize our storage in the kitchen. So that's all fine that that's behind there and it doesn't look nice at the moment, but all of the walls are going to get covered up with beadboard paneling just to add some charm, bring a historic element to this part of the house that's actually more new, and also save us from having to do drywall work on all of the walls in here, because we are going to do drywall for the ceiling.
No, guess they find the secret door. No, you don't need to solve it all.
What did you do with the pry bar? It's very important.
It's part of the wall these days. The secret door to the basement.
The secret door.
No, there's this much room in between. There's like $1,000.
There's for sure all their money back there.
Yeah.
It'd be really good if you could find the pry bar.
Does seem find pry bar now.
This is the alien. I don't think this is the door.
Where is the pry bar?
Money in there, I caught at least a little bit of it.
You're like, no, why'd you do
Wait, really?
that? Yeah, there's nothing behind it. I mean, there was only this much dead space, but.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's so tight that it's not going to open. There's no.
It's part of the old house. The old house.
So this is a closer look at this, which is actually super cool. This old like 1950s paneling, and then that was the secret door. You can see there's indents where there were hinges on it, so clearly it used to open, but alas, there was nothing in there. So then they got working on taking out this closet, and they actually did a video of one of those is my brother helping, of him like busting through it, but you can't tell in the time lapse. So if I can, I'll add it in here. But we are gonna have to do some creative drywall work on the ceiling as well, as you'll see later on, because we have some P-traps and things that dip down in the ceiling that prevent us from being able to do like a full 9-foot ceiling in here too, which is pretty unfortunate. But I guess, you know, we'll take the extra height where we can have it. So here they are rolling up the very last of the old disgusting carpeting in this house, which was such a win. And unfortunately, this pie shape of tile was so difficult and impossible to remove. But the ceiling insulation was not, because it literally was just foam. Comment below if you've seen that before, because I haven't. By this point, they were getting to the end of the day, and they started kind of taking down this beam, like concrete thing, and we got a little concerned that it might actually be load bearing, so they stopped and had our contractor friend come back and double check it, and it turns out it's not. So you're going to see it get taken out here in a little bit, but that was then going to be a different day, just because we wanted to be on the safe side with that and not have the ceiling fall in.
This is the last piece. Yeah, is it also secured to the countertop?
I don't flipping now, but I feel like that's part of our problem. Bank equipment?
It's like just one small part. Get it.
Dang.
In there. Yeah, break that off. Yes.
Amazing. I wanted to include that little montage there because it's easy to forget when you watch these time lapses back just how much work it is to do demo. So once again, just thanking everybody who came and helped, because it really was a lot. It may be hard to tell what this room is because so much has already happened to it in this footage, but this was from Luke's original tour at the beginning of the video. This was what's going to become the master bathroom. So we had the walls taken out on this and took out just everything that was in the bathroom basically, because it's all getting reframed, reallocated. And I'm so hopeful and pretty sure that we did actually take footage of the original demo that happened on this simultaneously as everything else was going on that you've already seen in this video. But I just cannot find it anywhere. So hopefully we do find that footage, and if I do, I'll include it in the full video we're gonna do of the renovation of that room. So this is what the whole house looked like after day 1 of demo. Very clean too, which it's amazing how much of a mess demoing something makes. So that was really nice to have a huge dumpster that we could put everything in. A different day, one of my brothers and one of his friends came back and helped expand this archway. In my mind, because it was an archway, we were just gonna make it another archway, but that is actually stupid because there are no other arches in this house, and that's not typical of the style of this house at all. And my dad mentioned to me in passing that we should just make it a cased opening like all the rest of the ones in this house. So that's what we're going to be doing. Makes much more sense, way simpler to achieve as well. My only concern with that is I want to obviously try to match the trim moldings as well as we possibly can to what's already there. Obviously that's like actual antique wood. It's aged and beautiful, and you can't just really find that at Home Depot so easily. So if any of you have any recommendations on where we might be able to find that or what a good place to look would be, please leave that down in the comments. It felt like we were taking away layer after layer after layer of kitchen as this demo just went on. Clearly it ended up taking more than one day, but the drop ceilings finally came out. Tons of questionable and weird venting. Everything above our heads in this clip is also a drop ceiling that you can see the framing for right there above Luke's head. So all of that got taken out, which was amazing. And then Luke was looking at kind of the framing on either side of this fireplace at the end of what we're calling the den, because we're actually planning to add windows on either side. This is a mock-up of what it will hopefully look like. And then I love to nerd out about this sort of thing, but on the left side of this, you can see just old nickel gap siding. And then on the right, that's old clapboard siding because this used to be the exterior. In here, looks like we're gonna be able to have a higher ceiling in our kitchen, which is super exciting, because Luke took out the beams. They're all right there on the floor that were in this like den family room, and now our ceiling in here is way higher. Turns out it's the same over here too. You can see some of the water damage under on that subfloor from the window right above, so that's pretty funny. Joists all look good though, and apparently this is not load bearing here, but we're I guess still gonna find out, because something about the stairs are just a little bit like the stairs run right, I don't know.
I think it'll be fine to take it out.
Okay.
I'll send a video to my guy, but
Yeah.
I think we're fine. That is supporting it. It doesn't look very up to code. Random pieces of wood blocked together, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That looks like a laminated beam, the top one.
But what's cool is you've been taking this out. We found freaking beadboard, like actual old beadboard that they would have had as the ceiling in this, whether it was their kitchen or their entry or whatever. So that's super cool because we've been toying with the idea of putting beadboard on the walls all in here. But yeah, so that's freaking awesome. Dang, babe, that's awesome.
But you can stop. All right, second episode of Can We Remove It? I'd like to remove, I mean, obviously we talked about removing this, which I'm pretty confident in being able to remove, not worried. Obviously I have to do something with the plumbing and whatnot. That's not my main concern. My main concern is the staircase, and what I am able to remove. So here's a look from this side. Actually, you get a better look on this side. So I don't think this is necessarily doing any major supporting of the staircase. I don't know if that's a good angle or not, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be super supportive on there. I'm just trying to get this wall out is my main thing. Obviously I have to have some kind of beam either for the plumbing or if I'm able to stash it back in that wall and like a little built-in, but my main thing is getting this wall out. And with this being right here sitting on top of this wall, is that supporting that substantially? I don't think so. So this house that we're working on, this Victorian farmhouse that we just recently bought, is way bigger than the house we live in right now, which we also completely remodeled. We have videos up for almost everything we've done for that. Actually still working on some of the last videos of it, but it's just a really small 900 square foot 1960s brick ranch. We remodeled all of that while living in it.
which has its benefits. One of them being you can kind of tell what you want as you live in a space and what you want to fix and change in terms of flow and layout and functionality, which we obviously can't do with this house because we're not living in it. But it also is a huge blessing that we're able to not be living in this house while we do this really heavy lifting and super messy work. So trying to figure out best changes for flow and everything for the house while not living there has been a challenge. But again, super grateful to not have to be actively living in this construction zone. One of the things we're wanting to do too is be as historically accurate as possible and make sure that everything that we do with the house is in keeping with the style and kind of lets it shine as best as possible. Not make it a museum, obviously, because some modern, changes and things are better. For instance, having like an open floor plan is a much more modern idea, and we're not messing with the majority of the floor plan on the old part of the house because it is nice to have distinct rooms and spaces. But this whole area is going to be a much more open concept, like kitchen, living space.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Big ceiling drop, hopefully. I guess I better make sure it's not fast enough.
Yeah, the ceiling just did not want to fall down all in one piece, so it ended up being more and slower work than he was hoping, I think.
And just imagine a really cool rock song playing right now because I don't want it to get copyrighted, so I had to mute it.
We didn't get any footage of it, but all of that orangey looking, maybe it's cedar paneling there on that back wall, we also took out. That's the basement access door, in case you're wondering.
It won't come down.
New and improved space.
Now, we did get this dealt with when we bought the house, but as you can see, here's some very gnarly footage of termite damage on some of this outside siding of the basement access. You can also see beadboard paneling on the ceiling of that as well. So like I mentioned, we're wanting to do beadboard paneling in this space for a couple of different reasons, just to give it character, help it feel a little bit more old like the rest of the house. We'll see how we manage to do that, what we come up with. But what I really wanted to say was we're very sorry we haven't gotten videos up in the last couple of weeks. As you can imagine, life is really busy and crazy at the moment, but it's not slowing down, and we're doing our best to make sure we get videos out too. Thank you so much for watching and commenting, and thank you to all of you who have subscribed as well. This is a hugely ongoing project. We actually are still working on taking the last of the subfloor out where the tile used to be the entrance, so I can't show you a full-on after just yet, but please know it will be coming because there are so many more videos in the pipeline, and we feel so blessed to be able to work on this house and excited about what's coming and what's happening and how it's slowly coming together, but it's got to get worse first. So